up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of the GC Roundup presented by Clint Hammond of the Mortgage Network, where we keep you up to speed on everything you need to know in Gamecock Nation. I'm your host, Kendall Smith, and this week on the show, we are talking South Carolina's Week 7 matchup against Vanderbilt this upcoming Saturday. Plus, we'll dive into the world of other South Carolina sports, talking about women's tennis, men's soccer, and baseball. And lastly, you do not want to miss these highlights from South Carolina men's basketball's open practice on Tuesday afternoon. All of that and more coming up on this week's edition of the GC Roundup, so don't go anywhere. We'll kick off the show hearing from South Carolina football head coach Shane Beamer. He spoke to the media on Tuesday along with several players about South Carolina's upcoming Saturday matchup against Vanderbilt. Here's what they had to say.
We love to should have an amazing atmosphere in there on Saturday. They start 3 seniors in the secondary. The length that they have on their defense and size is will be a problem, as a matchup for a lot of teams, a matchup problem. They're Sam/nickel, whereas we play with David Spalding and Carlin Patel at that Sam linebacker/nickel position. They play with 2 guys that look like Jordan Strawn out there, 6'4", 230-pound type guys.
Every single week, you got a team that, whether we're going to their place or they're coming to ours, they're looking to beat us as well. The only thing we can control is what we do this week, how we prepare, how we practice, and just the way that we go about things on the daily, making sure that we're preparing at a championship level.
Sticking with football, a kickoff time was set for South Carolina's Week 8 matchup against Texas A&M next Saturday, October 23rd. The Gamecocks will kick off against the Aggies at 7:30 p.m. on the SEC Network. And also staying on the track of football, one of South Carolina's top 2022 recruits, Oscar Delp, a 4-star tight end out of Cumming, Georgia, announced his commitment last night. Check out where he'll be attending school.
That being said, we continue my academic and athletic career at University of Georgia.
The recruiting trek will continue this weekend for South Carolina as they will host several official and unofficial visits when South Carolina takes on Vanderbilt at 4 p.m. at Williams-Brice Stadium this Saturday. To keep up to date on all things recruiting, head over to GamecockCentral.com. Our recruiting insiders Wes Mitchell and Chris Clark do a great job. They will keep you up to speed on everything you need to know in the world of Gamecock recruiting. Now, I don't think we've ever talked Gamecock women's tennis on the GC Roundup before, but there is a first time for everything, and even Shane Beamer spoke about this during his Tuesday press conference. South Carolina freshman Sarah Hamner won the ITA All-American Championship title this past weekend in Charleston, South Carolina. She overcame the number 12 player in the country. Check out what Sarah had to say about her monumental win that was actually the first ITA All-American Championship win in Gamecock program history.
It's amazing. I mean, not just to win it, but to win it as a Gamecock was awesome.
The South Carolina men's soccer team is on the come-up. After winning just 1 out of their first 6 games of the season, the men's soccer team has won 3 out of their last 4 games. Their most recent victory came on Tuesday night over Georgia Southern with a final score of 3-1. Head coach Tony Annan spoke after that victory to the media.
Obviously, we're scoring goals, but we were struggling in the first part of the season. I still think in the first half we should have probably been up 3 or 4 quite easy chances that we missed. So I don't think the improvement's been that vast, but we are taking some better chances when they're presented to us.
The South Carolina men's soccer team will be back at home on Saturday morning at 10:30 against Florida International. So you can head over to Stone Stadium before South Carolina's matchup against Vanderbilt at 4 p.m. at Williams-Brice Stadium. But if you're not into soccer and you're into baseball, there's also an opportunity for you to watch the South Carolina baseball team on Saturday morning. They'll be scrimmaging at Founders Park at 10 a.m. And they also have Scout Day today at 4:30 p.m. at Founders Park. All of those scrimmages are free and open to the public. Now don't forget that tomorrow night is Madness on Main at 6:30 p.m. If you're free, head out to Main Street in Columbia, South Carolina to celebrate the kickoff of the 2021-2022 South Carolina men's and women's basketball seasons. On Tuesday, Gamecock Central had the opportunity to attend an open practice for South Carolina men's basketball. Here's a quick look behind the scenes at what went on during that practice.
We'll clear that. All right, make sure our coverage is clean. So now deal with it. Come on. Pick and roll. Pick and roll. Roll. Good. Guard to guard. Good. Stop. The guy that was rolling.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of the GC Roundup presented by Clint Hammond of the Mortgage Network, where we keep you up to speed on everything you need to know in Gamecock Nation. I'm your host, Kendall Smith, and thank you all so much for joining me today. Be sure to join us on Saturday morning for another edition of Before the Sandstorm. Check out GC Live every single weekday at 2 o'clock p.m., except on Tuesdays, where it will air at 2:30 p.m. after Shane Beamer's press conference. You do not want to miss any of the content coming out on GamecockCentral.com, so be sure to subscribe to GamecockCentral.com. Without further ado, I will let you all go. Thank you so much for joining me again. Have a wonderful Thursday, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, everybody.